Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Learn to Code with Aditi. Today I am going to write the code and also explain you all the algorithm for this longest consecutive sequence problem which is there in Leetcode. So let me give you a small overview of this problem. We are given with an unsorted array of integers and we have to find the longest consecutive sequence, that means a sequence of numbers which is formed by adding 1 to the previous element of the sequence. And always remember, a single number is always a consecutive sequence of length 1. So let me consider this example to explain you the problem. Here the array is 100, 4, 200, 1, 3 and 2. The 0th element is 100, which is a consecutive sequence of length 1, as a number lesser than 100, 1 lesser than 100 is not present in the array, that is 99 is not present in the array. And also 101, that is the number 1 greater than 100 is also not present in the array. For the next element 4 plus 1, 5 is not present in the array, but 4 minus 1, 3 is present, which means there exists a consecutive sequence which 4 is a part of, but is not the first element of that sequence. Now let's move forward to the next element 200. Again it's a consecutive sequence of length 1. Now coming to the next element 1, we can see that 1 minus 1, 0 is not present in the array. That means 1 can be the starting element of a consecutive sequence. Then 1 plus 1, 2 is present, 2 plus 1, 3 is present, and 3 plus 1, 4 is present. But 4 plus 1, 5 is not present. That means the consecutive sequence starts with 1 and ends at 4. So the length of the consecutive sequence is 4, which is the longest which we have found till yet. So the answer for this case is 4. Now let me explain the algorithm along with doing a dry run on this particular example. We'll take an integer to store answer and a set of integers to add the elements of the given array to this set. Now we'll iterate over the given array and check if the current element can be the first element of any consecutive sequence. This can be done by just checking if a number 1 lesser than the current number is present in the set. If the above condition is true, take this number as the first element of a consecutive sequence and check for one greater number. Now if found, check for the next greater number, and this will go on until the next greater element or the number is not found in the set and can be implemented easily using a while loop. For each element, we will update the answer with the length of the consecutive sequence if current length is greater than answer, and length can be calculated as last element of the consecutive sequence minus first element plus 1, and then finally we'll return the answer. Now let's do a try run. The first element of the array is 100. If we'll check one lesser number than 100, that is 99, it is not present in the set. So 100 can be the starting of a consecutive sequence. Then we'll check for a next greater element, that is 101, which is not present. So 100 is a consecutive sequence of length 1. We'll update this answer 0 with 1. We'll go to the next element 4 and check if 1 lesser than this 4 is present in the array, which is 3, and it is present in the array. The condition fails and we'll move on to the next element, which is 200. 200 is also a consecutive sequence of length 1, so we'll not update the answer. For the next element 1, we'll check for a lesser element than 1, that is 0, which is not present in the set. So 1 can be the starting of our consecutive sequence. We'll check for the next greater element 2, which is present, then 3, which is also present, and 4, which is also present, but 5 is not present. So a consecutive sequence of length 4 whose elements are 1, 2, 3 and 4 is found. So we'll update the answer with 4 and move on to the next element, which is 3. 1 lesser than 3 is present in the array, so we will not go on with this condition. And then 2. 1 lesser than 2 is also present in the set, so we will not consider this element 2 also. So the answer for this case is 4. Now let's go and write the code. we'll take a set of integers, set and we'll add all the elements of the array to this set iteratively. Now we'll take an integer answer which will be initialized to 0. Now we'll iterate on this array nums. If set doesn't contain I minus 1, that is one element lesser than this current element, then this element can be the first element of a consecutive sequence. We'll take a variable current to store I plus 1, that is the next element of the consecutive sequence. If this element is present in the set, we'll do current plus equals 1 to check for the next data element. Then after this loop ends, we'll store the last element which is current minus 1, and we'll update the answer with math.max of the previous answer and the current length, that is last element minus first element plus 1, and then finally we'll return the answer. All the sample test cases are passing. And the code runs successfully. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please let me know in the comment section if I have to improve on something.